Welcome to Charles Darwin University graduation. Congratulations on your achievement. Now you stand ready to create a new world of possibilities. This is your CDU graduation. Graduands, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the academic procession is about to commence. Please stand and remain standing until the national anthem has been sung.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains that let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Please be seated. The Honourable Natasha Fyles, MLA, Chief Minister of the Northern Territory, distinguished guests, graduands, families and friends. To commence proceedings, I would like to invite Dr. Billawarra Lee to deliver the Welcome to Country.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, Chief Minister, our wonderful Minister for Health. Darandara Gudlingua Bachua, Nayana Gudaminba Billawarra, Dumraliji to Gulamerajin, Yujana Bachuana. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Billawarra Lee, but really I'm so happy if you call me Auntie B. I am a senior elder of the Larrakia Nation, the Larrakia Academic in Residence for Charles Darwin University, Chair of the NT Government's Health Advisory Committee, Chair of the Menzies Child Health Division Indigenous First Nations Advisory Committee, and a Senator on the Northern Territory Clinical Senate. My name, Billawarra, means the red-tailed black cockatoo. It is my totem and my heart dreaming. And I'm acknowledged nationally and internationally as a Gadaminba Bali, a spirit doctor, a healer and teacher of the ancient wisdoms of Aboriginal spirituality and healing. I always feel my heart lift when I'm asked to conduct a welcome to country ceremony, and I take my role of conducting this ancient ritual very seriously. I don't know if you realise it, but when you ask a traditional custodian to do this welcome ritual, you are showing respect to the First Nations peoples of the land and their ancestors. And I acknowledge your respect. Thank you. We are the traditional custodians of the land and waters of the Greater Darwin region, including Darwin Peninsula, the Cox Peninsula, most of Gun Point, rural Darwin, Darwin Harbour and adjacent islands and lands west of the Howard River. We have a strong cultural, economic and spiritual relationship with the land and sea here, and although our boundaries extend up to 50 kilometres inland, we are saltwater people. I'm so glad to be here with you all today, and I pay my respects to other elders who are present, and I acknowledge dignitaries, special guests, fellow Larrakia people, families, friends, colleagues, and graduands. To my brothers and sisters and non-binary people from other First Nations, a very warm welcome from my heart. I recognise the strength of spirit and depth of knowledge that exists in both the elders of the past and present, and I know the rich tapestry of the dreaming still runs strong in our mind, body and spirits. As the Australian First Nations peoples are the oldest continuous surviving civilisation on Earth, our cultures are older than all the other acknowledged ancient civilisations on this planet. And before colonisation, our land and environments were our schools and universities, supermarkets, pharmacy, entertainment centres and spiritual centres. This has been our way for over 65,000 years, and we continue to be the longest enduring teachers, students, linguists, medical practitioners and healers, diplomats, researchers, astronomers, artisans, environmentalists, horticulturalists, fire masters, water managers, artisans, athletes, and so many other roles that make us a truly strong, flexible society. One day I hope that Australia, if not the world, celebrates this enduring, deep, rich, ancient history, and they understand and learn from our knowledge and wisdoms. Remember, our history is your history. I want to give my heartfelt congratulations to you, the graduands. You have passed all the hurdles to be here today, your graduation ceremony. I'm so proud of you all. Charles Darwin University has given you the knowledge and the tools to be a master craftsperson. So continue to make us proud and never forget that if you ever need us, we will be here for you, as you will always be a member of the Charles Darwin University family. So it is on that note, it is my privilege on behalf of my fellow elders past and present to welcome you all to Gwiawa Daranyiki, a land. Welcome to my saltwater home of great food, friendly people, beautiful beaches, spectacular sunsets, and the most amazing lightning storms. Larrakia country is like a pearl with many layers of different peoples, of different cultures, all living and loving in this deeply spiritual place. Larrakia people were the first to leave their footprints here, and now you are leaving your footprints on Gulumerijan land. When you leave, our song will stay with you. So I hope your stay in my country is a safe and nourishing one, and that the spirits of my ancestors watch over you while you are here. All that I ask in return is that you walk softly on Mother Earth and treat her with love and respect, as the Larrakia people do. And if you are walking softly and you are listening carefully, you will hear the deep, rich, ancient voices of my ancestors singing the songlines across this beautiful land and waters I call home. So in these difficult times, and particularly with the profession that you're going into, Mila Madamra, be well. Thank you. Mamak Bachua. See you later.
Thank you, Annie B, for that warm welcome to Larrakia country. I now invite the Vice-Chancellor and President, Professor Scott Bowman AO, to deliver the welcome address.
Well, that stole our first joke from the owner. A very warm welcome to everybody here today, to those of you in the room And to those of you around the world, we are screening this on the net really around the world, and we know that some loved ones won't be able to be here today because they are living on the other side of the planet, but you are very welcome to our graduation here today. I noticed that there's quite a few children and babies in the room, and that's fantastic to see. We do have a rule, and I'm sorry, it's a really strict rule at graduation ceremonies. If the children or babies start making some noise or crying, you are not allowed to take them outside. They are very, very welcome here, and we know kids sometimes make a noise, and we love to hear kids making a noise because we know we've got business coming up in the future. So please don't be embarrassed if the kids start making some noise. They are very welcome. We're a family university. The other thing I would say is that we're going to get underway soon. There's another rule that someone has to fall over when they're going across the stage. So someone has got to fall over, do a somersault, otherwise you don't graduate. You've got to start nursing training again. So this is a lot of pressure on the person right at the back there. Yeah, you. If no one's fallen off, that's your job. Look, can I say a particular thank you to Auntie Dr. Billawara Lee for that very generous welcome to your country. And I was very taken by one statement that you made in there, that your history becomes our history. And I think we are lucky that your history becomes our history. And I think that's really important. And graduations do have a very historical basis to them. So if we just have a look around, look at those stupid hats you're wearing. How silly are they? And the gowns, where did they come from? Well, they actually came from the first universities, and some people actually say that the first university was in Italy, but I'm English, so I'm going to say the first university was Oxford in England. Wouldn't you agree, Chancellor? Yeah, which university did you go to? Oh, Oxford, that's right. So around about 1,000 years ago, the great universities of Europe came into being. And in fact, they were religious organisations. So in fact, the only thing you could study in university was religion. And the only outcome for that was that you joined the clergy. And they were just for men, I guess. But the people running them were clerics and monks, and they wore gowns. So these are actually religious kind of gowns from around about 1,000 years ago. And the hats, believe it or not, were the bowls that the monks used to take to go and get their food in, And some strange monk one day decided to put one on his head, and now you're having to wear it as well. So about 1,000 years of history, and you also see that history reflected in the different gowns that people wear. So if we have a look at some of these gowns, the rather elegant Professor Dominic Upton, stand up, Dom. Professor Upton, sorry. Do a twirl. So that gown comes from, where does that gown come from? London. That's a small village somewhere in England. So that's University of London. We can see other gowns. Who's got a different gown? Ben. This is a gown. This blue gown is from Hong Kong Polytechnic University. An absolute picture. Don't milk it. Sit down. And then professional bodies have their own gowns. So where's Dot Di? Look at this. Look at that. This is the gown of the Royal College of Intensive Care Medicine. Yeah. And of course, universities have their own gowns. So we've got a gown with the Chancellor. You can see that's a gold gown there because it is the Chancellor. And the Vice-Chancellor, you can see, has platinum on it, just a little cut above gold. Or some say it's silver, but I like to think of it as platinum. And then the most incredible gown in the room Auntie Dr. Billawarra Lee. Oh, look, that deserves a round of applause. And that is the highest award we can give at the uni, the honorary doctorate at the university. And you also saw Reuben. Reuben, you stand up. Reuben's got that beautiful stole on, and that stole is the stole that our First Nations graduands and graduates wear. So you can see one side represents Torres Strait Island, and the other side Aboriginal First Nations people. So lots of history here, and we're making history this week because we're bringing the graduations back to campus. Graduations back to campus after about 12 years off campus. They always used to be done here, but they used to be done outside in the amphitheatre in the bright sunshine. Now we've all got a bit soft, and nobody wanted to do that anymore. So we've got you beautiful, icy air conditioning, but we've come back home to the campus. So welcome to the campus. Well, there were 3 people that wanted to be back on campus. That's good. Okay. So we've got a history here going back 12 years, in fact, going back about 50 years for the university. And then we've said that these gowns go back 1,000 years. How good is that? But of course, academies existed before the European universities, and we had the ancient Greek academies, in fact, the academy, around about 3,000 years old. So what we're doing here actually goes back 3,000 years. How good is that? Now, if we were in a university anywhere in the world, that's where we'd stop. But we're not anywhere in the world. We're somewhere very special. We're in the Northern Territory, we're in Australia, we're on Larrakia country. As Auntie Billawarra said, 65,000 years. 65,000 years. Now, when you start talking about that time span, you can't get your head around it. You just can't. I mean, Stonehenge, that thing that you think's ancient, 2,000 years old. Larrakia culture, 65,000. So you can say forever. So people have done what we're doing this afternoon forever in this place. They've come together, they've celebrated success, they've celebrated initiation ceremonies. They have done all of that on this place forever. This is a special place in the world to graduate, and I really congratulate you on that graduation. Now, you'd be pleased to know I'm going to sit down and shut up in a minute, but I just want to talk to this side of the room, the people here, and this is a bit of a warning, I'm afraid, and it is a warning. Some of you, if you're not very careful, are going to go home from this graduation absolutely depressed, despondent. You're going to sit around for the rest of the day moping. You're going to lose sleep tonight worrying about it. It's going to be awful. I've got to say, it will be awful if you're not careful. Because we've noticed that at graduation ceremonies, when people walk across the stage, the first third of the people going over the stage, people just give a little clap. And then it gets to about a third of the way through, doesn't it, Auntie Billawarra? And about the third way around, someone walks across the stage, and somewhere in the audience, it goes mad. Yes, Susie, great, good on you, go for it, girl, we love you. And everyone goes off. And then after that, everybody gets that response. And everyone feels good, except the loved ones of the first third ago. They sit there and thinking, why didn't we do that? Why didn't we clap? Why didn't we make a noise for our loved one? And your loved one looks at you and says, why don't you love me? So please, make a lot of noise from the start. This is a celebration. Now, we are going to spend a lot of the day congratulating this bunch over here and telling them how good they are. But we know, really, the real heroes in this room is this side of the room, the people that had to put up with the people on this side of the room. So just once in the proceedings, you lot stand up. Go, do, 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 do. Turn round and face that way and give these a clap, these people. Fiona, how pathetic was that? I mean, that's it. These are the people that have heard you whinging for 3-4 years. Oh, it's so hard, I can't do it, I can't get the assignment in time, oh, it's all so terrible, can you lend me $50? These are the people that give them a proper thank you. Okay, sit down. Okay, have an absolutely great afternoon. Please enjoy this and please smile a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice-Chancellor, and thanks to the audience. I appreciated your help. Nice shoes, by the way, Vice-Chancellor. It is now time for today's occasional address. The Honourable Natasha Fyles, MLA, Chief Minister of the Northern Territory and Minister for Health. Proudly born and raised Territorian, the Chief Minister has been a member of the Legislative Assembly representing Nightcliff since 2012 and has served in the government as Health Minister since 2016, including across the challenging years of the COVID-19 pandemic. A passionate believer in quality healthcare and building the Northern Territory's health workforce for the future, she joins us today to address the graduating cohort. Please join me in welcoming the Honourable Natasha Fyles, Chief Minister of the Northern Territory.
Thank you, and I did think about tripping and getting that over and done with for everyone, but I've left it there for someone else. Thank you, Arnie B, for that welcome to country. I not only acknowledge the traditional owners on the land in which we meet the Larrakia people and pay my respects to the elders past, present and emerging, I acknowledge our First Nations people and the vital role that they have in us understanding and delivering healthcare, and particularly yourself, such an inspiring leader to us, not only as a First Nations Indigenous leader, but as a leader in the Territory. Thank you. To Professor Scott Bowman and the University, thank you for the invitation to speak today. It's an absolute honour to be here and welcome you as you embark in what is sure to be an amazing career as a nurse or midwife. Before we go further today, I would also like to give special thanks to the family, friends and colleagues who have supported you throughout your studies. How exciting, graduation day. No doubt there's been some highs and there's been some lows over the past few years of study, as there will be through the times that you have ahead of you. You will have the opportunity to care for Territorians when they're at their most vulnerable, and you will have to go to work when you may be at your low point. But you have the skills, the strength and the resilience to achieve what you set out to in your career. But today is a day for celebration. To all of you here today who have played a critical role alongside the graduates attaining the qualification, thank you. As Chief Minister and Minister for Health for the past 7 years, I've seen the amazing experiences that Territory nurses can have in some of the most spectacular places in the world. The role that they have with patients and families from one of the oldest cultures in the world. And so to you, the graduates, all 101 of you, you have chosen what I know will be a challenging but extremely rewarding career. You have the opportunity to form strong, caring relationships with your patients. Each day, you can work to make the lives better for your patients and their families. Your compassion, your reassurance, and your ability to help your patients understand what is happening to them at the time of uncertainty when they're feeling unwell or deeply stressed, and they have lost a sense of control, is just as important as the technical clinical skills that you can offer them. This is important work. Our communities, our society and our government values the work that you have trained to do. But I know there will be challenges that will face you when you feel the demands of the health system on what you can achieve, when you don't have the resources and the time you would like to spend with each patient. And in those challenging times, it is important to look after yourself and your team members. Reach out for support from your managers and networks that are in place for assistance. We know our clinicians do an amazing job and are dedicated to provide the best possible care. As a government, As the Minister for Health, I value your contribution, and we work as hard as we can to support you. As well as you have your amazing lecturers and tutors, some of them here with you today, at CDU, and they will still be here for you as you step forward with your career. Most of you graduating today will have had undergraduate training placements in NT Health Centres to support the development of your clinical learning and critical thinking in caring for patients with a wide range of chronic diseases. Each year, Northern Territory Health recruits graduate nurses and midwives to work across our hospitals and our clinics. And I'm pleased to say over the last 3 years, that has grown to almost 300 places annually. Our priority in the graduate program is to recruit local NT residents so we can grow our own workforce. We know that people from the Territory are going to stay in the Territory. They understand the Territory and they will deliver that care. We now have 93% of our graduate nursing and midwifery workforce who call the Territory home. Over recent years, we have developed a new role within NT Health for nursing and midwifery students to be employed during their studies in our hospitals as a registered undergraduate nursing midwifery, or RUSON. We do have COVID-19 and the pandemic to thank for some things. The pandemic made us look at our workforce needs in a more flexible manner, and our RUSONs have been pivotal to providing safe care to Territorians, and we're lucky to have this additional workforce. I hope some of you were able to gain from this opportunity and it provided a useful introduction to your future career. We are not only welcoming you into the workforce, we want you to stay here in the Territory for the long term and to flourish in your career. As a government, we have expanded entry pathways for career specialist areas such as midwifery, emergency, intensive care, neonatal intensive care, renal, mental health, perioperative, and rural and remote primary health care. I look forward to meeting you over the coming months as I visit health settings and see you in action, providing safe, patient-centred care to Territorians. You have your excellent Charles Darwin University training as your solid foundation to grow upon and expand your horizons. You have worked with First Nations people in rural and remote areas, and your training has been designed to ensure you're ready to hit the ground running. Build strong networks, care for your peers, and enjoy all the personal and professional opportunities that lie before you in the Territory. Together, we can make the difference to improve the lives of all Territorians, no matter where they live. So today, cheer loudly. Celebrate what is an amazing achievement in your life. Congratulations, graduates. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Minister, for your inspirational words to our graduands. Please accept these flowers as a token of our appreciation. Thank you. Today's musical presentation will be Dingo, written and performed by Jamie Page. Jamie is a local singer-songwriter performing at markets and festivals around Darwin as a soloist or with others as fanciful. When he is not singing, Jamie spends much of his time working and learning with rangers across the remote top end. It's these wild and beautiful landscapes and the people and cultures that inspires Fanciful's music. Jamie is currently enrolled in the Certificate 4 in Music and has working ties with CDU since 1998. He's a firm advocate of lifelong learning and forever exploring new ways of doing and being. Please give Jamie a warm welcome.
Thank you for that warm introduction, and to all the special guests and families and graduates. Thanks, Arnie B, for welcome to country, and thanks and respect to all Larrakia people on whose land we are gathering. Where else would you want to be? This song's called Dingo. Sometimes it's called Wild Things. It's about how lucky we are to live in a place where there's so much beauty and wildness. So I hope you enjoy it. When I woke up this morning, heard the dingo howl. dingo howl makes me glad I live in a land where the wild things roam and we can fly our free flag high, fly our free flag high. When I woke up last night, heard the curlew call. When I woke up last night, heard the curlew call, and the song that they sang filled my heart with love as it rang. Fly your free flag high, fly your free flag high. Saw the news this morning, people marching in the streets. Saw the news this morning, people marching with their feet. Makes me glad I live in a land where the wild things roam and we can fly our free flag high, fly our free flag high. When I woke up this morning, heard the dingo howl. Thank you. If you like that. If you want to see more, you can see the Facebook page, Fanciful. Thank you very much. Thank you, graduates. Good luck.
Thank you, Jamie. That was wonderful. I now invite the Vice-Chancellor to commence the conferring of awards.
Would all graduands please stand? And smile. Chancellor, as Vice-Chancellor of Charles Darwin University, I submit to you candidates for awards as set out in this official list of graduands. I certify that those listed have satisfied the requirements for the award of these degrees, diplomas, and certificates.
As Chancellor of Charles Darwin University, I hereby admit to their respective awards the candidates whose names appear in the official list of graduands. Congratulations, well done. Family and friends, our graduates.
Would all graduates please take your seats? I now call upon the Pro-Vice-Chancellor, Professor Dominic Upton, to present the graduates from the Faculty of Health.
Honour, Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, graduates, families, friends and colleagues. It gives me great pleasure to celebrate the achievements of the graduating students from programmes in the Faculty of Health. Our faculty delivers innovative and contemporary teaching and research in the areas of nursing, midwifery, along with the allied health sciences. These include audiology, dietetics, nutrition, OT and speech pathology, medlab science, pharmacy, psychology, clinical science, exercise and sports science, social work and creative therapies. In addition to our nationally accredited programmes, we support structured progression into other professions as well. But there is much more to come, with the faculty leading developments in mental health, physiotherapy from next year, and of course medicine thereafter. All of you will, I am sure, contribute to our community and to the lives of both children and adults. Your roles will have a key part to play in the health and well-being of both individuals and our community, whether this be through medical, psychological or social impact. You should be proud of yourself and your successes in your studies. Your future careers will make a real difference to individuals and society. Today, we celebrate the successes of our graduates. I am confident that every one of you has the potential to be a leader in their chosen field and to address the challenges in what is our brave new world. But this is just one step in your learning journey, and I hope that some of you might return to CDU in the future to further your studies. I'd like to offer my heartfelt congratulations to all graduates. This is an important milestone in your career, and I'm certain that you're well prepared for your next life stage and your next adventure. Today also marks the fulfilment of years of anticipation for parents, for families, for friends, spouses and partners whose support has contributed significantly to your success and to whom I would also like to offer my thanks. Please enjoy this day. Chancellor, in my capacity as Pro-Vice-Chancellor, I present to you for the award of Bachelor of Nursing, Anju Adhikari. Manju Adhikari. Eufunia Sandros Asoya. Carly Joanne Barber. Elena Bassanet. Miriam Coquette Bogambari. Perpetual Ogochukwu Chimilulu. Rebecca Ann Cryer. Rita Tahal Khatri. Nidia Maria Baptista Simos de Leon. Pratikash Deeman. Glory Simozabo Domobu. Giovanna Esquivel. Maisie Ellen Goss. Jaislyn Grimmett. Manju Gurung. Pooja Gurung. Purnima Gurung. Jyoti Hada. Sarah Leslie Hagan. Callan Hansen. Jasmine K. Harford. Graham Hazanat. Kaylin Jolloff. Napri Kaur. Ramandeep Kaur. Ravi Kunwar. Marosario Labien. Babina Limbu. Zoe McGrath. Rebecca McTaggart. Charles Madun Narakan. Thitiporn Nakarumpa. Edwina Joy Pagel. Sandra Ann Passler. Nimia Pioli Perry. Anushka Pokral. Istra Pockrell. Glinda Reyes. Nyanwa Sarah Rigguy. Ranjona Sokarami. Safi Sango. Nisha Sassi Darren. Ayan Shibu. Rhonda Spence. Caitlin Jane Stainer. Prabhavarthi Subramanian. Richard Sud. Sudhana Thapa. Sasita Thapa Magar. Rebecca Therese Vivian. Chancellor, that concludes the graduate presentation for the Faculty of Health. I now call upon the Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Research and Innovation, Professor Steve Rogers, to present their CDU doctoral graduates.
Thank you, Professor Upton, Chief Minister, Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, honoured guests, ladies and gentlemen, graduands and CDU colleagues. A Doctor of Philosophy, or PhD, is the highest postgraduate qualification level that can be awarded in academic study. So continuing our theme for the day, which is a bit of a history lesson, I thought I'd let you know that the English word doctor actually is taken from the Latin word docendi, and docendi means teacher or instructor. The licentia docendi, which was a license to teach, was first awarded sometime in the 12th century, so about 1,000 years ago. And the first university that offered a licentia docendi was in fact the University of Paris in the year 1213. So not Oxford University, but they were probably a couple of months behind Chancellor. So anyway, a PhD involves in-depth, focused research conducted over an extended period of between 3 and 5 years, or in the case of part-time students, up to 10 years. The research outcomes presented as a thesis are assessed by a panel of national and international academic experts who determine whether the research delivers an original and significant contribution to knowledge in the particular field of study. The candidate graduating today has met these very demanding criteria. Now, we heard from Dr. Auntie B about the Larrakia people, whose beautiful country we are currently occupying today. And we heard that Larrakia people are the first scientists, technologists, researchers of the land that we're on today. And one example of that technological and scientific endeavour is a boomerang. Boomerangs are indicative of the knowledge that has existed amongst First Nations people for tens of thousands of years. Much knowledge is applied to the making of a boomerang. What wood to select, where to find the wood, how to fashion the wood, what tools that you need to use to actually make the boomerang. Boomerangs are used to hunt food, for fighting, and to make music, and for ceremonial purposes. The knowledge to make a boomerang has been transmitted through the generations and is part of the traditional knowledge systems that remain strong across the Northern Territory, Northern Australia, and Australia as a whole. The university honours and respects this knowledge. In honour of this knowledge, we take pride in presenting a ceremonial boomerang to our PhD graduates. Chancellor, in my capacity as Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Research and Innovation, I present to you Gloria Isabel Nielsen. For their thesis titled The Lived Experience of People with Lower Limb Cellulitis, a phenomenological study as supervised by Associate Professor Jennifer Jenny Barr, I now present to you Dr. Gloria Isabel Nielsen. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of the doctoral graduates.
I would now like to welcome Rebecca McTaggart, who was highly recommended by the Faculty of Health and will speak on behalf of the graduates.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, fellow graduates, and more importantly, their families. My name is Rebecca, and I am proud to represent my graduating class of 2023. I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet today, and those of the lands on which we have been privileged to travel. I pay my respect to the elders, past and present. Congratulations to each and every one of us. We have achieved a significant milestone in our journey. Although we are not all in the same room today, we've all travelled a path that's led us to graduation. Indeed, our journey through nursing school, especially during the pandemic, has required such devotion, patience, and resilience. We've proven ourselves as essential workers, embodying unwavering dedication and strength. My journey to nursing has been interesting. I waited for my 3 children to finish their university degrees before I got off my arse and did my own. The dream of pursuing a nursing career had always lingered, but life had a way of intervening. It wasn't until my husband and I moved to Port Hedland, a remote town in Western Australia, that I decided to take the first step and studied to become an enrolled nurse. The red dirt and country nursing got under my skin. I continued my studies to become a registered nurse, all the while studying as an enrolled nurse. To me, nursing felt like coming home. I'd found my purpose. I want to take this moment to express gratitude to our family and friends for their unwavering love and support. They have understood the family events we've had to miss during practical training. They've been there for us during the breakdowns after particularly challenging shifts, and they've kicked our butts when we really needed it. Their constant reassurance that we could do it meant the world. It wasn't an easy journey. I'm a bit older and not particularly tech savvy. I can't even believe I'm standing up here today, actually. The mountain seemed unachievable. I can't emphasise enough my relief when pharmacology and pathophysiology units were complete. I learned that I work best under pressure. I'm definitely a last-minute kind of girl, glass of wine in the hand. So yes, there were sleepless nights getting assignments done. And I promised myself I would be more organised for the next one, but I never was. What I love about nursing is that there is opportunity to reinvent yourself at every level. Nursing offers an abundance of career opportunities. In the words of Dr. Seuss, you can be a nurse in the military, in a hospital, in a home, on a cruise ship, or in a school. You can be an administrator or an entrepreneur. We are not confined to a single path. Each experience adds to our toolkit, shaping us into well-rounded nurses. Our nursing careers can evolve in harmony with life's ebbs and flows. While some of us have found their nursing niche early, others may explore various paths. The key is to persevere and discover where you truly belong. As the lady with the lamp, Florence Nightingale, says, let us be the artists of healthcare, dedicated to the well-being of the human spirit housed in the living body. In conclusion, as we step out into the world as nursing graduates of Charles Darwin University, let us remember Florence's legacy and the calling we have chosen. Our journey is just beginning, and I have no doubt that we will make a profound impact on the world. Thank you, and may our future as nurses be filled with compassion, success, and always questioning the why. Be the nurse you want to work with.
Thank you, Rebecca, for that wonderful speech on behalf of all the graduates here today. I would point out I am a pharmacologist, so understood what you were talking about there. Definitely need a glass of wine after some of those sessions. Please accept those flowers as a token of our appreciation. I now call upon the Chancellor to deliver the charge to graduates.
Graduates, please stand. Thank you. As newly conferred graduates of Charles Darwin University, it is at this stage in the proceedings that we conduct a turning of the tassel ceremony. This is a long-standing university tradition, perhaps not 1,000 years old, that officially symbolises your transition from graduand to graduate of Charles Darwin University. Please now move your tassel from the right side of your mortarboard to the left. There, that was easier than pharmacology, wasn't it? I charge you as graduates to maintain a commitment to lifelong learning, to strive for truth, integrity, and compassion, to contribute to your chosen profession, and by the application of your abilities, to support and nurture the communities that you are part of. I charge you to take with you the spirit and resilience of the Territory. Walk softly but proudly in the knowledge of your profession. May your achievements bring honour to your university, your chosen profession, and to yourself. Good luck.
Would all graduates please take your seats in preparation for your Guard of Honour and the closing of the ceremony.
Every new day begins with a choice. The choice to make time for what really matters. To use every opportunity to work toward our goals. And to make every day count. Once we committed, we knew it was possible. Today is a time to celebrate and reflect on what we achieved. It wasn't always easy. We had our doubts. And the juggle seemed impossible. The early mornings and the late nights. When the inspiration was not there. The search for perfection. We just wanted to get it right. But for every challenge faced, we always had the end in sight. We found our inner strength and determination. We found support along the way. We used perseverance and passion to reach our potential and to find our new world. It all comes down to this moment. A feeling that will live with us forever. To share with the ones who've inspired us. To become the person we were meant to be.
Graduates, distinguished guests, families and friends, the procession will now prepare to form a Guard of Honour for our newest graduates. The Chancellor and Vice-Chancellor then invite you to join them in the Student Square for light refreshments. Please now stand with the procession and remain standing until the graduates have left the room.